to start taking the session. Sir, over to you.
Yes. You. First of all, thanking for Mattress Schools of Management Studies, Management, and Mr. Dr. Harshali to give opportunity to me to deliver my expertise lecture on waste management and various environment issues, particularly in India and other states, particular states of where a lot of industries, cluster of industries are present, but there is no facility of waste management.
Yes.
I will start my presentation just within second. So sharing. So bear with us for around 40 to 45 minutes. Okay.
Hello, sir. Any problem to share the PPT?
Yeah. Yes, ma'am. There is not connect with the PPT.
Okay, sir. Could you please send me on my email so I will share it from here?
Okay.
Yeah.
Please send your mail ID. Hello.
Wait, start it. Within a second, we'll start it.
Sir, please continue, sir, now.
Yes, thank you, very good. Because unable to connect the presentation from my side. So particularly the focus on the various issues, environment issues on waste management. So the next slide. First, giving us a very short introduction around for waste management. Waste management or waste disposal includes the process and the action required to manage waste from its reception to its final disposal. This is very simple definition on what is how to waste management. That includes collection, transport, treatment, and disposal. Okay. And the next is waste management. They have deal with different type of waste, which includes industrial waste, that is particularly generation from industries. Various type of very different type of industries. Second is a municipal waste, that is a domestic waste we are generating, that is human beings, particularly kitchen waste, household management waste, construction demolition waste. That includes all the municipal waste. Third is a biomedical waste, they generated from the hospital. And four is e-waste, that is very important. And now the huge quantity of e-waste generated in India and lying behind the very big cities. So how to dispose e-waste is one of the big question. Fourth, finally, is the radioactive waste that is generated from the defense, where is the weapons, weapon waste, and during the nuclear during war and weapons. That also one of the waste to treat disposal is in a scientific manner. That is another very big task. The last is very important. We are focused for waste management involves 7R practice. 7R. That is, first is refuse, second reduce, third is reuse, repair, recycle, recover, and repurpose. So particularly when dealing with environment management and waste management, so we follow these 7 R's. Next one. Next slides. So now I am focused on the industrial waste, particularly the lot of industrial waste, different type of waste. We have focus on later on. First, that is very important, and that industrial waste, particularly clusters of industry. So I define EPA is a stand for Environment Protection Act. A material is a hazardous waste due to its quantity, concentration, physical, chemical, or infection characteristics. It possesses a substantial present or potential hazard to human health as well as the environment, as called as in a very simple language is called as has no one unknown use. That is called as the industrial waste. Next one. So what is the industrial waste? The characters on the four basic. One is ignitable. Then one second is corrosive, toxic, and reactive. Ignitable means they are having flash point less than 140 degree Fahrenheit. Corrosive is pH is less than 2 or greater than 12.5. Toxic means leachable concentration of the heavy metal data is 52, less than 52 up to 5,000 mg per kg. And fourth is reactive. They're reactive in nature during in environment that is called as a reactive and reactive with anything. There is four characteristics of the industrial waste that is called as industrial waste, hazardous waste. Next. So they have some legislation because we are the students for management, environment management studies. So by every acts and rules are important to disposal and management of the hazardous waste. That is basic mandatory given by the government and judicial orders, acts, rules, and policies. They are under Basel Convention. It is a European country. 20 European countries have come together in the form how to collect and transport and dispose of hazardous waste. That is a Basel Convention. It is a basic that is called as a Bhagavad Gita of the waste management. Second is Environment Protection Act, that is formed in 1986. Third is Hazardous Waste Management Handling Rules in their form in 1989 first and amended in 2003, 2008, 16, 2022. Recently, June 2022, there changes some schedules of hazardous waste management. Fourth is a national environment policy that governed by the government of India. National policy on hazardous waste management also governed by the CPCB, Central Pollution Control Board. And finally, the Supreme Court orders they are giving 1989 after Bhopal gas tragedy. The Supreme Court orders to every pollution control board and government authority to how first to focus on the disposal of the industrial waste as well as the other type of waste. Next. So why need of this industrial waste management facility? I thought that yesterday you visit the common hazardous waste facility. So why need that facility? We are focusing that. Next slide. This is pictures is 20 to 15 to 20 years ago. All hazardous waste they are lying. They all hazardous waste. They're lying on the boundary side, roadside. Particularly, this is a cluster of industry built in Delhi. This is a groundwater contamination. That's also river surface water contamination. That illegal disposal of hazardous waste. It decades ago in India. Right now, this is picture of 20 years ago. Next. The one more impact on the environment. This is the picture for the Nagpur and Kalmeshwar area, MIDC Kalmeshwar area. The groundwater must almost contaminated, and there comes polluted water containing industrial waste that comes to the groundwater. There is also paint sludge lying in the surface nala. This is the paint sludge water, that oil containing water. They are come out from the bore wells and groundwater quality. So to address this groundwater quality, environment, soil impacts assessments, we need the development of the common facility or the and disposal of the legal way of the waste management. Next. So hazardous waste generation as per the rule 1989, that time total hazardous waste generated by 12 states, big states, that is in Maharashtra, Gujarat, Tamil Nadu, Orissa, Madhya Pradesh. They are all 12 states that generated huge quantity of hazardous waste. Out of the generation of hazardous waste, 39% of the waste is recyclable, or 57% of waste disposable. That is goes to the landfill and burden on the land. This is one more question on the waste management. So it is how to reduce this 57% to recyclable is 99 to 100%. If we are focusing on that, on remaining only 1 to 2% that to be used as a reusable waste, or it can be used as cement factory, other factory they can reuse that hazardous waste. Next. So methodology for hazardous waste disposal is 4 important objectives. First is to collect and receive the hazardous waste, particularly every industry's door-to-door collection or the transport where the common facility they have to the duty to collect the hazardous waste and to receive the particular facility, or recycling or reusable. They also collect the hazardous waste, particularly sourced from the industry. Second, to ensure proper storage of waste. When come from the waste to industry, it must be storage as in scientific way. To avoid the groundwater contamination, land contamination. Third is to analyze and decide. Very important. To first analyze the waste and decide what type of treatment and disposal method to be required for particularly hazardous waste. And second, in the four important, very important, convert that waste into resources. So we are not duty to industrial waste to put in the land and the contaminated land, barren land. We are to trying that waste somebody is used as the input of the product or byproducts. So we are focused on that waste to waste resources. Next. So three types of disposal methods we are in actual practice in India, particularly secure landfilling, solidification, stabilization, thermal treatment. These are all the chemical scientific terms and science terms. And you are the management studies, and just you have to focus on that, not detailing what is secure landfill, what is solidification. You just see the disposal methods, and there are different disposal practices. Next one. So this is a actually process flow diagram for particularly waste management, any waste management disposal facility in all over India as compared to the broad also, because the worldwide scenario of the process flow diagram waste management is as we shown in that. Particularly the waste is come the gate pre-shipment waste analysis, waste receiving segregated of those waste. Then according to disposal analytical methods, they dispose particularly different pathway. First is important physical chemical treatment is required. If they concentration of the hazardous waste, heavy metal concentration is as per the government law within the limit. So it directly goes to the SLF, that is called as secure landfill. If they have concentration of the heavy metal more than the concentration given by the CPCB or government of India norms, they require stabilizations. After that stabilization, the waste goes to the secure landfill. A third one is very important, that is an unstable waste that is having high calorific value, or loss of ignition content, that is called organic waste. They require thermal treatment. Not a thermal treatment, is a pyrolysis method. And now when you visited the sites, that is a common hazardous facility, they use a plasma gasification, that is advanced technology to treatment the hazardous waste. They generate whatever the steam can be generated from waste, the collected waste heat recovery boiler. They comes to steam to use as a turbine, and they generate the power, that is captive cogeneration of power. That is reuse the complete hazardous waste in particularly zero contaminant on the environment. Next. This major components of the secure landfill. They're having when we develop the secure landfill, they're having liner system, leachate connection system, because we have to import the hazardous waste on the landfill. They generate some little more quantity of leachates, that is called as a heavy metal concentration, to required collection system as well as convenience system to collect the leachates. Then gas venting chamber, because during the landfill there's some of the gas to come up from the landfill site. Stormwater drainage channel, because during the monsoon season they have to address the stormwater also, is very important. Approach roads to ramp to reach that landfill site. Leachate treatment system, that is called effluent treatment plant, is required to treat that leachates. Groundwater monitoring wells, upper side and lower side. So we have to control our hazardous waste facility not contaminated to the groundwater. And the fourth one and last one is very important, closure system. After the landfill site is closed, what is the program for the closure system? Next. This is the typical secure landfill picture. There is a geotechnical pictures. This is the I'm talking about two groundwater monitoring well. One is here, one is here. One is a upper upstream stripe, one is a downstream stripe. So whatever the waste we dispose here, so we have to collect some leachates from leachates, or even we have to check there is no contamination point out in the groundwater. One is second. This is a landfill, and when after completion of this landfill, we are covered by green cover vegetations, that is called as a vegetation geotextile geonates, and having 2 mm geomembrane HDP sheets covered with both the side, top liner and as well as the bottom liner. Next one. This is a just basic drawing. There's a bottom liner of this landfill. Next one. This is the top liner. After hazardous waste disposal and the landfill was closed, then the cover just like that by 70 mm latent soil, 1.5 HDB liners, drainage line system, then yellow topsoil, and then vegetation, green belt development on this landfill site. Next one. This is secure landfill, active secure landfill. The picture showing the picture. This is dispose of the hazardous waste, landfill waste, and they're all lying on hazardous waste. And this is the HDP sheets, and this is the bottom liner. Next. This is I'm showing about the secure landfill during monsoon. The monsoon, right now, after 15 June, their monsoon will start. The landfill should be covered by HDP sheets. So no any contamination to the groundwater as well as the land contaminations they happen. So this is where we be careful on that during monsoon. Next. This is after secure landfill was closed, after post closure. This is a very good garden will develop the pictures and this pathway showing that the people can be travel as walking, morning walk, evening walk can be happen. Is that this is a way, this is the actual landfill, secure landfill closure after closure in picture of the Ahmedabad city. Next. The second disposal facility that is called as the solidification and stabilization. Those days having requirement treatment that is called as the solidification. Next one. This is the process how to stabilize the hazardous waste having concentration of the more than disposal limits. So the waste where first waste come grinding the waste, then mixing with some water and binders. Here binder we add some cement, metal ash, and some other chemicals. So to concentration of the waste will be after that secure and solidification mass will be negligible. After 24 hours curing and for 28 days we are recheck that secured mass that come as a cured mass, that is called as a cured. And after cured mass we have performed compressive strength analysis as well as the toxic chemical leaching procedure and find out that the waste does not contain any type of other heavy metal concentration. And after that confirmation from the quality control of the team, they dispose the secure landfill. Same. Next one. This is a typical stabilization solidification unit. This is right now everyone and use is fully automatic system with load cell 4 metric ton hour storage. They having the storage for chemical binders, that is cement, lime, ash, etc. They having provided drainage conveyed line, leachate well, HDP lining to arrest the leachate, and least manual operation. There is required. This is advanced technology that is required least manual operation, all by automation system. Next. The third one is the thermal treatment. Those waste having concentration having gross value more than 2,500 so required hazardous waste incineration. There are three types of techniques. One is the plasma gasification, pyrolysis, thermolysis. Nowadays the plasma gasification as well as the incineration nowadays used in the practice in India. Next one. So advantage of plasma gasification as incinerator. There is a very limited, very good technology. It's PGR system. That is a plasma gasification. Wide range of composition of can be feed. Here is a composition of the feed is limited because here we can feed any type of waste. Here we have to prepare the batch and according to dispose the waste. One more that is important during the incinerator, the dioxon furan, that is the huge generation is high as compared to the incinerator. So here is a high air pollution, here is a no air pollution. No residual carbon ash to be generated, and whatever generated that can as a slag and which can be reused Here is a 2 to 5% residual carbon ash generated, and that 5% ash is a burden on the further the landfill disposal. So this is a good disposal method PGR system. Here is a power generation, here is no power generation. So this is a very good comparison between incineration as well as the plasma gasification. Next. This is a typical incinerator as well as the plasma gasification. You heard that is called PGVR, the thermal oxidizer, waste heat recovery system. They all the three at the gas pincher, wet ESP, scrubbing, wet scrubbers. They all the air pollution control system. They control the pollution control as far as not only the water as well as the air pollution also. And the whatever the exit gas to be come out from the stack, that is under the control. Here you see, here the temperature of the gas is at 1200 degrees centigrade. Now it comes to the 60 degrees centigrade. So this is required by air pollution control system to minimize the concentration from 1200 degrees centigrade to 60 degrees. Next. Next one. This is a typical plasma gasification plant. This is the entire, there's just like a chemical industry, But this is the treatment of the hazardous waste, industrial waste plant. Next one. So benefit of the common facility is very few. As we're talking about only two. It will minimize the pollution load on environment from industrial hazardous waste. And second one is the cost of environment monitoring is very less because it's used as a common facility, and better occupational health and safety at per industrial and industrial levels. This is the advantage of the recovery of the materials is possible. This is also very important. So these are 2-3 benefits and advantages of common facility. Next. Now the picture. This is all the common facility practices that happened in India from last 10 to 15 years. But now the picture, the thought process and the mindset of the industry, the common man has changed. Now they work on the waste reduction and waste minimization, waste reuse, recycle, and recover. So I'm talking about that. The next slides. The very important is reduce, reuse, and recycle. So first we are focused reduce. So we are industrialists or the experts and chemical energy, chemical engineer. They redesign manufacturing process and products to use less material and energy. We are focused as experts to manufacturing process to products use less material and energy. So we have to conserve the waste as well as the fresh water, fresh airs. Second is redesign manufacturing process to produce less waste and pollution. So a very important second one, to reduce how to less waste produced from the productions and the manufacturing processes. Then third is to develop products that are easy to repair, reuse, remanufacture, compose, or recycle. Suppose one batch, during my productions, one batch was very failed because we are not meeting the concentration of the as per design and as per the client requirement. So we have to focus on repair, reuse, remanufacture of that waste, particularly in reverse case for the as a raw material. Then eliminate reduce unnecessary packaging. Here we are particularly the Amazon packing. Whatever the packages, package and moves are doing the business in India, the maximum they use of packaging materials. We have to stop them because that way, what are the packaging materials we are thrown that, but in a household practices as well as industrial practices, and then all the waste comes to the burden of the landfill and this land contamination of the system of India. Then establish cradle to grave responsibility as a human being, and restructure urban transport system. This is the 7th strategy to use, reduce, recycle, and reuse the hazardous waste, as well as the municipal solid waste also. Next one. This is as per human being and the environmentalist as greens. There are 3 priorities: first priority, second priority, and last priority to the objective of the waste management. First priority, primary pollution and waste prevention. So I'm talking about just for previous side, to use less packaging material as compared to the unnecessary packing, unnecessary using of the carry bags. So we are focusing that how to control the primary pollution and waste prevention. Change industrial process to implement use of harmful chemicals, use less harmful product, reduce packaging and materials in the products, make products that last longer, and use just like a product they can use as a recyclable, reusable, easy to repair, long as a for a longer time. Second priority, secondary pollution and waste prevention. Reuse, repair, recycle, compost, buy reusable and recycled products. And last priority for waste management, treat waste to reduce toxicity, incinerable in waste, bury waste in landfill, release waste into environment for disposal or dilution. So last, very few quantity of waste to be remain for the last priority. First and second, they can use. So almost 90% of the waste can be used here. Only 10 to 90% also is very less, up to 95%. We can use as the first priority and second priority. Last priority only use 4%. That is not we can do not we cannot any do further treatments. They go close to the waste management. Next one. Next slide. This is the proposed process flow diagram for a smart city. Now, all over India, they work on the smart city. This is the typical smart city processing flow diagram for waste management. I'm talking about all type of waste: solid waste, hazardous waste, municipal solid waste, household waste. So this is a typical way. This is raw material processing, and here we can particularly focus on we use the processing and waste comes as a product. One product, one hazardous waste, it can be used as a product of the second industry. So this like way we have to regenerate and rethinking about that. Suppose some waste can be that's particularly food waste. We can use as a compost, as a fertilizer. So burden on the landfill very, very less. One more: plastic, glass, metal, paper, the rack picklers, they can use, collect the waste to manufacturing for reuse of the recycling of that plastic bottles, glass, metal, paper, etc. Then hazardous waste management, already we have good facility over India developed. So and remaining the mixed waste that comes to the last option is landfill option. There's around 2 to 3% goes to the landfill, and we avoid the burden of the land. Next. Then one more, produce less hazardous waste. They required some strategy. Change industrial process to reduce or eliminate hazardous waste production. Recycle. Second part is very important. What are the waste to be generated? We focus on the recycle and reuse of the hazardous waste. Second, convert this less hazardous waste. So whatever the less quantity of hazardous waste generated remain, we are focusing natural decomposition, incineration, thermal treatment, chemical, physical, biological treatment, dilution in air, water. Then last is particularly the remaining all the 3 to 4% that goes to the landfill, underground injection wells, surface, underground soil formation. So avoid the land contamination and groundwater contamination. Next one. So these are the 4 to 5 waste that can be recycling, reuse in the state, and this is a practice now when it comes to the India, and government of India also focus on that particularly iron sludge, gypsum sludge. This sludge can be generated from dyes and drug intermediate manufacturing activity and bulk drugs that can be used as a cement industry for the particular use as a for kiln, active carbon based, humidor concentration sludge, metallic catalytic, petrochemical industrial waste. These all waste are recyclable, and it is possibility to recycle, particularly one industry to other industry. One state to it not happen that one industry to one industry within the state. It can be for the one state to other state also. The reuse recycling. Next one. And then one more. There's a good picture of the Anklesh that treatment facility by Ramki. If waste and effluent is managed properly, this will be state in near future. This is a good scenario. This is a one state, and all in the all the periphery there is sludge disposal and developed by the vegetations and good roads, parks, So this is a near future if waste and effluent is managed properly. Next one. So thank you all of you. So this is my basic idea of given to the waste management practice.
Hello, students. Would you like to ask any question regarding that? Hello, am I audible, students?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So would you like to ask any question regarding that? Yes, Pranjal. Hello, am I audible?
Yes, ma'am. Students, okay. Hello, students. Mohit sir?
Yes, ma'am.
Mohit sir, are you there?
Yes, ma'am.
Mohit sir, please share the feedback form.
Okay, ma'am.
Yes, Bhattalwar sir.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, sir, could you please elaborate? You have just started your entrepreneurship in Ganviro, right? You have opened
Yeah.
new consultancy.
Yeah.
So it's a very good startup you have joined. So, sir, could you share your ideas and thought regarding that? Because a lot of year you have experience in corporate, right? And after
Yeah.
that, you would start your own business and regarding that particular things. And nowadays, startup government is also
Yeah.
started so many startups. So, could you just share your ideas and thought with our students? So, how they start up that kind of business and what kind of interest they required for that particular field?
Yeah. So thank you, madam. It's a good question. Because I have experience of 18 years in the corporate industry. So we have getting some idea because I'm sitting with finance, sitting with technical teams, process teams. So giving complete information, knowledge of for any waste, business. But because I'm looking after the consultancy wing. So I getting complete information from different umbrellas. Business have a three technical as well as technical, commercial, as well as the purchasing skill also. So I'm getting idea and I'm requesting all the management students because nowadays the complete the future is the business completely entrepreneurs, small business. So what kind of business we have to start? That is no problem. First, you take experience from corporate industry for 1 to 2 years. Depend upon your capacity to develop first. So you have to develop first in itself as a self capacity. After that, you go for the entrepreneurs, small business sectors. So I'm getting that idea from different small entrepreneurs working with me, my colleagues. They have started a very small business when I'm doing the job, and I'm getting some good knowledge from that how to focus on the first 6 to 1 year. It is no, we are not focusing the profitability ratio. Although everyone doing the business, they are some gaining some profitability, and that profitability margin it may be small. They don't worry on that because when you grow the business, you are increasing the sales. we increasing the customers in so day by day. So definitely there comes to the profitability ratio is 50-50 ratio. There is no issue, or 60-40 ratio, depend upon the products and different from the service you have provide. So this is the basic idea I'm giving from the Michael corporate experience, and that can be, and we are, I'm also connect with the industry, particularly door to the industry. Every attend industry colleagues, then corporate sectors and the pollution control board officials, government's schemes, and so that I'm giving the advantage for that, good relation with the industry. So this is a beneficial to me. This is all comes to the my business entrepreneurs.
Yes, right, sir. Yeah, absolutely true. Whatever you say, because first we need to take some kind of experience, at least
Yeah.
corporate or industry. After that, we'll get energy or just thought comes in our mind. Ki, yes, we need to start our new startup, and it's
Yeah.
a good advantages for us. And say my second question is like that. So you are from environmental field. So what is your suggestions to the current generations, whatever the generations you are being? Because in our time we have do a lot of work, efficient work, we do so hard works, okay, but nowadays students get everything easy. So what do you suggest regarding that environmental? Because water, we know how to use it, right? Hazardous waste, because a lot of our municipal corporations, every home to home just tell us ki just put dry waste and what wet waste, different. So nowadays generation, we have seen everything is going just like that, greenery and cleanness everywhere, but really it is happened. So as a human being, it's our responsibility, right, to do
Yeah.
it everything clean and uh, what green. Every city we need to make green and clean. So what you suggest to our MBA students
Yeah,
regarding that?
there's students, all as a human being, they start from your own house. Suppose I am
Hmm.
started my own house to segregation of the waste. That
Hmm.
kitchen waste is collect different bin, and the solid waste comes to the different bin. So that is segregated waste. The practices comes from the our household and man-made sources. This is one more. One second is a water management. So everywhere now the 24/7 water is a facility available. There is no need, because our need is only 4 hours. 4 hours is must sufficient to conserve the water and use ourselves. So after the remaining the 20 years of water distribution, that goes, they always goes to the nalas and river, and that required a sewage treatment plant. So this is one more burden on the sewage treatment plant. So we are the younger people, students are focus on to question the urban body official. So why need a 24/7 water supply? No need a water supply for 24/7. We need 2 hours morning, 2 hours evening, because the lot of we are seeing the when go to the road, all the duck wells and the tube wells are open out, and the water comes thrown down to the nalas and comes to the sewage plant. This is we have to focus start questioning to the urban bodies. Also the, because we are paying the taxpayer also taxpayer as well, house tax, property tax, whatever the tax, and what are the waste generated, waste generated from household and other facility, that it should be treated at common level, or that the common level should be you utilize the some waste as a recyclers, reuse compost to be prepared, and that compost to be used as a manure, and start these practices. And one more, for 1 kilometer, 2 kilometer, we every time we use the bike, motorcycle to purchase the local markets. Instead of you use a path, bicycle or the walkable distance, we have to conserve the energy as well as the petrol and diesel, because nowadays the next generation is petrol diesel is very costly as compared to the today cost. So these are also, when you go to the market, we must go carry one our thaila from our house. Why you purchase the plastic bags? So these we have to control on that environment sidelines.
Yes, we also as a management college, but we also conduct that kind of activities in our college, sir. So cleanliness, waste to collect the plastics and all in our campus area and other trekking areas like there. Here is a Tarzai and other cities. We also just tell the students to plant the trees and all because Monday is environment day. So that
Environment
day
day.
we have to, yes, and that day we have to do that kind of activities. But yesterday we have visited in our plant, MEPL plant. So students don't know what is hazardous waste and how it collected and how is dumped it. So every students know about that ideas and everything. So it was good experience to all of us, and that's why I conduct your session regarding that. Yes, students will get an idea what it is exactly, because
Yes.
it's an environmental field, science field. But as a human being, it's our duty to
Yeah, yeah. Little bit you
know
have to
if
understand.
yes,
Sure.
yes. So that's why the session is required for us. And thank you so much, sir, for your
Thank you, madam. Thank you.
sharing your knowledge and experience with us. It's a really helpful to all of us. Thank you so much. Yes, students, would you like to ask any question regarding this? No questions? Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Okay.
Have a good day, sir.
Thank you.